Well, hello. A little birdie told me that you want to learn about batting helmets. Well, you've come to the right place, because you look like a winner to me, a champion. So just as a disclaimer, I am not your doctor. I am not even giving you health advice or any kind of protective advice. This video is for entertainment purposes only. It's to just compare and contrast some of the findings that I have had with a helmet. So I am not going to tell you what to do or how to protect you on the field. That is your decision, and it's 100% on you. So like many of you, I like to play baseball. And as I recently cracked my batting helmet, as you can see here, the earpiece is cracked. I decided I needed to explore the world of batting helmets and see what's out there. So what got me on this batting helmet journey recently, I play rec league. I play in a league with guys that actually can throw really well. We've got some guys that'll throw 90 plus miles an hour, sliders, changeup, curveballs, you name it. And a lot of these guys come out of AA or AAA ball and want to keep playing baseball. It's in Arizona and it's a really good league. It's called Victory Lane if you've ever heard of it. But in this league, I've just wanted to have good gear. And so I bought one of these Coolflo helmets 10 years ago. This was from 2010, maybe 12 years ago, and it's seen quite a bit of use. I attached the C-flap for that facial protection, and over the years, it's just started to crack. As you can see, there's a crack that's happening right here, just a little bit of meat left to hold on to. And I think it's probably time to look for a new helmet. So, and for the record, I have never slammed my helmet. I don't slam my helmets. If I did, I'd be going through way too many helmets because they suck, just for the record. But anyway, this helmet has been taken care of properly, and I think, you know, at least 10 years of use out of it. I've gotten a lot of good use, but it was time to look for a new helmet. Now, this helmet, I think, is a great helmet, but you can't find them anymore. I think when I bought it, it was about 40 bucks. And it's a very lightweight helmet. When I weigh it with the C-flap removed, it weighs in at just 16 ounces, so it's pretty light overall. The circumference on the helmet, because I measured all the way around, is only about 66 centimeters, so it has a small footprint. Very comfortable. You know, it's probably the most comfortable helmet I've ever had. Wish I could still get it, but you can't. Now, it's made of a thick, I believe, ABS plastic. Not bad. It doesn't have a ton of flex to it, and I think it would probably do the job if you got hit with it. Now, I've never taken a shot to the dome with this helmet, so I can't verify that. I'm sure many of you know people that have been hit in the head. I've been at many games, seen people hit in the head with these types of helmets, and everybody's walked away unscathed for the most part. The second helmet here is actually one from the minor leagues. I have a buddy who I guess was in the minor league system, and he gave his helmet, and then another friend cut the ear flap off of it because he attempted to make it into a single flap helmet. It's a considerably bigger and heavier helmet. This one was 77 centimeters all the way around, so you feel kind of like Marvin the Martian. Now, obviously, its construction is a thick plastic, and then it's got foam shell liner on the inside, and then there's actually memory foam here to keep it snug on your head. It fits very tight, feels very durable. I mean, I would be pretty confident about getting hit with it. Now, obviously, you have more protection if you don't cut the ear flap off, but I didn't do that. Somebody else did, and I picked it up, and I think I gave the guy 10 bucks for it at the time, and kind of don't like it because it's just too big. But would it be protective? Yeah, actually, this is a very protective helmet. In fact, this is an official minor league one. It's an S100. Very durable helmets. Now this weighs in at 23.5 ounces. It's a heavy helmet. This is the heaviest out of all of them. This helmet I picked up 4 years ago from a buddy who actually was buying equipment, used equipment from the Diamondbacks. This was from Nick Ahmed. Hopefully he didn't steal it from Nick. Nick, if he did, I'm sorry. Have your people talk to my people and we'll work something out. But this is an S100 carbon fiber helmet. Very strong helmet, very lightweight. It weighs in at 20 ounces, so it's still a full 4 ounces heavier than this guy, which is only 16 ounces. And it's about 69 centimeters all the way around, so it's a bigger helmet. of interest, when I first got this helmet, the very first at bat I had a pitcher who was throwing 85 miles an hour, and he hit me in the head with it, probably at about 85 miles an hour. Didn't feel a thing. I mean, the helmet was great. It really did the job. So this last helmet that I want to bring to your attention here is the MLB replica helmet. Now, for the record, I've been looking for an MLB mock helmet for the last few months. And I have a friend who bought one at the beginning of the season. He paid about 60 bucks for it. It's an ABS plastic. It's very similar to this Coolflo. It's out of ABS plastic, but for whatever reason, you can't find them anymore. I heard a rumor that Rawlings was only selling to the general public now dual flap helmets, and they've discontinued it. I don't know if that's true, but I don't want a dual flap helmet. You know, I want to look like these guys in the major leagues, even though I suck. It just feels cool. So I noticed that this MLB replica helmet actually had all the same internal padding, and you know, it was very, very similar, in fact, to this carbon fiber, which is a major league helmet. So I took a chance on it and just decided to get it. Now, looking at it, it's actually a very thick and sturdy helmet. If I were to compare it, it's actually a lot heavier duty than this guy that's gotten me by for the last 10 years. And it is, if you compare the inside on it, might be kind of hard to see, but it's actually thicker. In fact, I want to say, just from my estimates, the plastic on this is about 30% thicker. It weighs about 5 ounces more than my last helmet. It's about 1.5 ounces heavier than this guy, which is carbon fiber. And I don't know if that's really going to matter. This is also 69 centimeters circumference. This is 70 centimeters circumference. So very similar footprint. But I don't know if I'm that worried about the weight, because in all honesty, if you're doing the right thing up at the plate with your head's not moving a whole lot, and you're not going to feel swing weight. Maybe on a bat, a couple ounces will make a difference, but on a helmet, I don't think it's going to affect performance a whole lot. But this guy, it's a 7 1/4. That's what it comes in, which is nice because a lot of guys have a 7 1/4 head. It feels like a tank. In fact, it feels every bit as durable as any of these other helmets. It doesn't move around. It stays on. Feels like a really good helmet. The only difference that I can tell between these two is this guy's not carbon fiber, but it's only, I think I paid 80 bucks on Amazon. It has a little, you know, I'm not a Marlins guy, so I'm going to peel this sticker off and I'll put on my own team's sticker on it so it looks like my team's helmet. But I would be pretty confident, and it probably could withstand a lot of impact just like this. Now, for me, I'm not facing guys that are throwing 100 miles an hour. Yeah, we do have guys that are throwing in the 90s, but I still feel like this thing, just due to the thickness of it, that it would offer pretty significant protection overall. Now, that's my call. I'm not telling you to make that decision. Clearly, I'm violating the warning that Rawlings has put on here, and I encourage every person to make their own decision. I am not responsible for anything you do or what protective gear you choose to use. For me, I'm not going to be worried about it, because if I were to bet on it, I would be willing to bet that this came out of the same factory as the original mock helmet did, and it has the same padding. It's just as dense as this guy's padding. I think it's probably going to work pretty well. In subsequent videos, we might actually take a pitching machine to it and hit it really hard so we can see what happens. But I mean, overall, I think this is a really nice helmet. And I wouldn't be that concerned about it. So I'll probably end up putting a C-flap on it, and you know, then I'll have myself a good helmet. And you know, if they stop making single ear flap helmets, well, this is an option to consider. So there you have it. If you're going to buy a helmet, you make your own decision. I'm not responsible. But I will say this MLB replica helmet feels suspiciously protective, if that's the right terminology to use. And I think it's a good buy. If you can't get a single flap helmet because Rawlings isn't making them anymore, this isn't a bad option, in my opinion. You as a user are going to have to make your own decision, though. Till next time.